Hi there, thanks for joining me. My name is John. This is my 2011 Kawasaki Vaquero 1700 6-speed. I've had it since pretty well brand new. It was a demo bike, so it had a little over 1,000 kilometers. It now has 90,000 kilometers, and this is the seventh riding season going into. It's had a few issues now. Second gear is a common thing. What happens is you go to accelerate in second gear, and you lose power for a split second, especially if you're being hard in the second gear, accelerating hard. The top end around 4,000 RPM, it kicks out for a second. Almost feels like you lose fuel or you lose ignition. But what it is, it's actual second gear. What happens, in the transmission, they're called dogs. And when you put it in the second gear, these dogs engage into another gear, and they're supposed to stay engaged. And over time they wear out. They instead of being square, they kind of round off a bit, and it jumps out of second gear for a second, and then all of a sudden it will engage back in, and then you can carry on in second gear and accelerate the rest of the way. Don't get me wrong, I change my oil about every 7,000 kilometers. Since 20,000 kilometers, I let it break in a bit before using synthetic oil. So around 20,000 kilometers on it, I started using the Kawasaki synthetic brand oil. And I've always used the Kawasaki oil filter. It's just something I always do. I really change my oil. I'm really careful with that. And so anyways, I can't see being anything wrong with lubrication. The other issue I have, it's starting to growl on decel. It doesn't matter what gear you're in. It's just like a growling noise. So what I'm thinking is one of the shafts in the transmission, one of the bearings let go. It's either lost a few balls or it's completely worn out so bad that the shaft goes out of center on coast down and starts to growl like the gears are not meshing properly. But when you're accelerating, it's fine. I think the shaft goes back to center, and then the noise goes away, but it's only on decel. And the third issue I have, a drive belt. Not the rear pulley on the wheel, but the front pulley. They call it the front pulley for the drive belt. It's in this cover here, and what happens is the nut loosens off. So anyways, I decided to check that. I always check my belt deflection. It's about 5 to 8 millimeters. And also very crucial is you got to make sure the rear tire is centered, aligned with the front. And that's all right. So anyways, I decided to take the cover off and check the nut. The nut loosens off for the front pulley for the drive belt. And sure enough, when I took it apart, it was loose. But I saw a lot of like rust, like residue of rust, like some metal or something. So it has to be something worn there. So I decided, you know what, I'll just pull the nut instead of tightening it. And sure enough, the splines, not just on the pulley, but also the shaft, are completely toast. I mean, like, the splines are just about ready to let go. So it's kind of good, it's kind of bad, but I'm going to be tearing this thing apart, and I'm going to be changing that spline, that shaft and that pulley, and I'm going to probably be changing the dogs for sure for the second gear, losing the second gear, and also a bearing issue. So I got 3 things going on here. So it's a big job, and I'm going to give a demonstration. And I'm going to get on my bike, and I'll start the video again then. And just so you know, I'm going to be doing this kind of two-handed, very carefully. I am in a private parking lot. There is no other cars around, so I'm going to be very careful when I do this. Unfortunately, I don't have any mounting for my phone, so I'm going to be holding onto my phone while I do this, okay? So as soon as I get on my bike and start it, I'll start the video game. Okay, I'm on my bike, and I'm ready to go. Turn the key on. And oh, I need fuel, but that's good because I have to take the gas tank off anyways to get to the engine. Just makes that easier. I won't put any gas in until it's fixed. Okay, so let's go to the kilometers there. See, just over 90,000, actually almost 91,000 kilometers now. So I'll start it up and I'll get going, and you'll hear the noise of coast down, like a growling noise, and then I'll get up to speed in second gear. So I'm going to pause it right now and start riding it. Okay, here we go. slows down, you'll hear the growling noise. Hear that noise? That's the bearing in one of the shafts and let go. As soon as I accelerate, it goes away. Okay, I'm gonna go into second gear. You can see I'm in second gear. I'm gonna accelerate and you'll hear it kick out for a second. You heard it there for a second. I'll do it one more time and turn around here. Oh, that noise is terrible. That squeaking was my rear brake. I need brakes. Okay, here we go, second gear. Okay. I'm gonna stop the video for a second. Okay, as you heard, that noise, like a shaft is off center and it's growling. And the second gear, actually, you could probably hear it when it just kicks out for a second. So this is the end of the video for now, and I'll make another video when I have it all torn down, showing all the parts and pieces of what I have to change. And then I'll make a third video of the final everything back together and running good. Okay, thanks for watching, and ride safe out there.